Hi guys, in this tutorial I'll show you how to achieve smooth speed ramps in After Effects in just 7 minutes. You'll learn how to stabilize clips, speed ramp them, and create the smoothest motion. Let's get started. Here I have 2 clips on the timeline that I'll be using. I'll drag the second clip forward a bit so we can preview the clip underneath. The first thing we should always do is cut the clips to the part we're going to use. Let's say I want my first clip to start here, so we'll cut it at this point. Once the beginning is set, scroll forward and cut the ending the same way. Great, now that we have the clip we want to use for the speed ramp, let's do the same with the rest of the clips on the timeline. Once that's done, we can move on to the next step, stabilization. You might already be familiar with my stabilization method, but if you're new to stabilizing clips, I'll show you the basic stabilization method. It's simple and easy to follow. Once you understand how to use stabilize motion, you can check out my pro stabilization tutorial in the description for even smoother results. Before we stabilize the video using stabilize motion and lock the clip in the center, we need to make sure there are no jitters. Jitters are always present, whether you shot handheld or with a gimbal. Slight vibrations become visible whenever you speed up the clip. To remove them, let's click on Warp Stabilizer, then set smoothness to 15%, and wait for the analysis to complete. Once it's done, check the clip. It should already look smooth and stabilized, ready for the next step, what we call lock on stabilization. Before using stabilize motion, make sure to pre-compose the clip. Ensure move all attributes and adjust composition duration are selected, then click OK. Now we're completely ready to lock the clip in the center. In my case, I'm working with a clip of a wheel, so I'll be centering and locking on the wheel in the middle of the screen. First, make sure to scroll to the beginning of the clip, then click on stabilize motion. The stabilizing window will pop up, and here you'll see the track point, which we should make slightly larger. Then drag it onto the object you want to stabilize, in my case it's the wheel. Adjust the size of the track point as needed. Let me also explain what these boxes mean so you can understand them better. The inner box represents the area After Effects uses to track the specific feature on your object, while the outer box defines the search area where After Effects looks for that feature in the next frame. Once it's ready, we can fine-tune the analysis by clicking Options. Select RGB, enable Adapt feature on every frame and click OK. Now click Analyze Forward and wait for it to finish. Once tracking is complete, click Apply, then OK. Close the tracking window completely, and let's check the stabilization. It looks very accurate, but you'll notice black edges around the clip. This happens because stabilizing moves the footage to keep the tracked object centered, which shifts parts of the frame outside the composition boundaries, leaving empty areas at the edges. We'll fix them, but first let's enable the proportional grid. It helps us see the exact center of the screen, making it much easier to perfectly center the clip. Now let's grab the clip and center the wheel. Check to see if the wheel is locked in place. It looks extremely accurate and perfectly smooth. Now we can fix the black edges. Press S on the keyboard to reveal the scale property, and then scale the video until the edges are gone. After scaling, you might need to recenter the clip one more time. And that's it, we're done with the stabilization. All you need to do is repeat the same stabilization process on your other clips. I'll skip stabilizing the second clip since you already know how to do it. Now let's jump to the main part, speed ramping. Before you start, make sure to pre-compose the clip after using stabilize motion. This keeps all the stabilization data intact and prevents any issues when adjusting speed or adding effects. Make sure move all attributes and adjust composition duration are selected, then click OK. Let's quickly pre-compose the second layer as well. Now we can begin speed ramping the clips. Right-click on the first layer, go to Time, and enable time remapping. Let's scroll forward. Let's say there's a music beat drop here, and I want the first clip speed ramp to end at this point. Grab the second time remap keyframe and drag it to that position. You can also adjust the timing and create new time remap keyframes by dragging the time forward. Once the time remap keyframes are set, cut off the rest of the layer after the second keyframe. If there are any other keyframes beyond that, you can delete them as well. Next, select those 2 keyframes and press F9 on the keyboard to ease them. Then go to the graph editor, right-click, and select Edit Value Graph. Finally, create a basic curve like the one I have. Once you're done, check the result. As you can see, it's buttery smooth. We've achieved a smooth, stabilized speed ramp. But this isn't the end. There are a few more steps to get even better results. The key to the smoothest speed ramping is that the videos should always flow in the same direction. If my first clip moves to the right, the rest of the clips should move in the same direction. Let's quickly create this flow. Move the second clip into position and enable time remapping on it as well. But first let me show you that the 2 clips are moving in different directions. Now let's enable time remapping, and I'll show you how to make both clips move the same way. We need to reverse this clip to match the direction, so I'll adjust the time remap until it plays from the end. Now the video starts from the end. Next, scroll forward to the next beat drop and move the time backward. Once those keyframes are set, cut and delete the remaining part of the layer and any extra keyframes, just like before. Next, select those 2 keyframes, press F9 to easy ease them, then open the graph editor and create another smooth curve. Now let's quickly preview the result. Nice, as you can see both clips flow in the same direction, and the transition looks super smooth. The next step for achieving the smoothest speed ramp is applying motion blur. You have 2 great options, one paid and one free. The paid option is using the RSMB Pro plugin. It works amazingly well and I love to set the blur amount to around 0.7, which gives a very natural and smooth result. If you don't have the plugin, you can use the free option, which is just perfect, CC Force Motion Blur. Make sure to apply the motion blur effect to all of your layers. The next step is adding effects and shakes. I'm going to apply one shake from the AM Film Shakes pack, and then we can check the speed ramp one more time. Speed ramps with shake effects look 10 times better than without them. They really bring your edits to life. So don't skip this step, find the perfect shakes, whether smooth, hard, or anything in between, and match them to your flow for that professional look. And if you're new to AM Film, I've created 16 premium shake presets just for you. They're designed to work with any speed ramp and make your videos look better. Inside, you'll get smooth shakes, hard shakes, and many more. You can get AM Film shakes from the link in the description. So the very last thing we need to do is enable frame blending on the clips. Always do this at the very end of your speed ramping. Frame blending creates in between frames when your footage is sped up or slowed down. This makes the motion look much smoother instead of choppy, especially when you use time remapping. You can't enable frame blending on a pre-composed layer, so you need to open all the pre-compositions one by one until you see the original clip. Then simply enable frame blending on the original clip, and you're done. Hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a like.